just quickly before we start the video, I just want to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers. It kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest, but it's crazy. And we said we were going to make a video for 50 subscribers, but now we're going to do it for 100 instead. So hopefully that can come out in the next few weeks, and enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we've got an update from Marvel's Avengers. Finally, it's actually been so long since we've heard anything, apart from new skins, every week basically. And today, we've got a little update. They posted this on Reddit and on their own website. Just some updates about what is going to be happening in the next patch, which will be out in March 2022, which is when I thought the roadmap was going to be, but they've said that the roadmap isn't ready yet because they like to make things final before they do, otherwise they end up changing stuff, which is understandable, I guess. But if we'd have had this update maybe a few months ago, then this could have all been kind of swept under the rug a bit easier for them, I guess. But hopefully soon we're going to see it. I expect after this update, so probably between middle and end of March, because they did say Q1 2022, so that is pretty much until the end of March-ish. So that's when I expect to see it, but don't listen to me, and just, if you're waiting, I mean, just stay patient, I guess. So they do talk here about some changes, which honestly, it's kind of funny because we did make a video about a month ago about what they need to do to this game. And honestly, half of the stuff in this is kind of what we said. Now, I'm not saying, oh, the devs have watched our video, but that'd be kind of crazy that it's very similar. So the first thing that they talk about is an update to rewards for events like the Red Room Takeover and Corrupted Vibranium, which is something that we did say in that video, that they need to do some sort of rework to those events because they just keep coming back every couple of weeks and there's nothing really new that you get. So if you've already completed them, like, for you it's a bit of a waste. I'm glad that they're bringing around these changes to the events, and honestly it's just been a long time with just them coming back and not having much to do with them. Probably one of the biggest things that they've told us is that Nick Fury is going to be returning to lead S.H.I.E.L.D. So obviously in the game, he's in a few cutscenes and he's in the Hawkeye missions. In the future, you could see him, but he's not actually interactable until now, where he's going to be an NPC and we can talk to him and get missions from him. So that's going to be really cool, and it's going to kind of help the fantasy of actually being the Avengers and having all of the different actual, like, big Avengers characters around you. And regarding how he sort of just reappears in the game, one of the devs did actually reply on the Reddit thread they did and say that there isn't a story mission, but there's a little bit of narrative to explain the change and move the present moment that the game is in a little further along the game's timeline. So there's probably no, like, big cutscenes because it's just kind of like a little update, but I guess that you can just go and talk to him. Maybe it'll be like an objective as you load into the game for the first time in this patch, and he'll just sort of explain what's happened, which is, it's not too bad. The cutscenes would be good, but it's a lot of work just for a small update, really. It's also going to come with a new rework for the war table that's going to help new players, kind of the flow of how you get missions, which is good because it can be a bit of a clusterfuck, I'm not going to lie. Like, you go on there and there's just loads of missions everywhere, so I hope it helps with mission selection and just kind of a new UI for it, because it's kind of getting a bit stale and I don't really like it that much. It's going to be a lot more organized and direct, so there's going to be a much larger, more concentrated matchmaking pool, which is how they put it. So for higher level players, I'm guessing that it just means that it's going to be a lot easier to find matches and kind of what you need to be doing in the game, rather than just giving you every mission possible. I hope that this kind of takes off the missions that you've already done, like the like some of the iconic missions that you've already done. You don't really need to do them again, apart from the flashback ones. So I hope that is what happens as well. So there's also going to be some more gear balancing and new perks and stuff. That's pretty obvious, but that kind of happens like every event. So maybe this could be like the start of the She-Hulk event, which is supposed to be coming soon. Or should I say the She-Hulk like character DLC, whatever you want to call it. So one of the things we did say in our last video about Avengers was that they needed to increase the way you earn units to get the shipments, and they're addressing this here. So you're going to be able to get them from a number of endgame activities such as the raid, I'm guessing, the OLT, and hopefully from some of the daily villain sectors that you get from the different factions. They also talk about how the last update they experimented with allowing players to earn weekly rewards from completing the OLT and the raid for each hero. I thought that this was a really good way of them sort of heading towards not time gating everything. I guess they still want to kind of keep everyone weekly because, you know, it's an ongoing games as a service game, so they're probably going to keep that model, to be honest. But I think that if they keep going like this, like they say that they're going to extend it to mega hives, so that's also going to be a really good way to just keep people playing, and I think that this is a really good step in the right direction. And obviously they're just going to keep doing bug fixes. I mean, we did get an actual patch last week, but we didn't get any patch notes, which was a bit weird. I'm not sure why, but maybe they just didn't want to like commit to saying we fixed this anymore, and it's just still very broken. Like the raid is still completely messed up and pretty unplayable for a few people. They always keep saying like, oh, we can't wait to share more long-term plans and stuff. I think that they're pretty much just like unable to talk about stuff, which is unfortunate, but I think that if people can get the message across to them, and like the higher ups or whoever is pretty much stopping them like working on telling us what they're doing, if they get hold of the message, I'm sure that things can change, because they're definitely listening. We're getting a lot more skins, which is what people wanted, and earnable skins, but then people start complaining about that. I'm not sure what that's all about. People were saying, oh, because they're giving us free MCU skins now, the game is ending. Like, it's what people were asking for like pretty much all of last year, but now they're doing it. It's like, oh no, everything's bad. I'm a bit confused about that. They have been listening a lot more. Like the skins people want, like the MCU skins, they're a bit slow coming out with some of the skins. Like the Hawkeye ones came out really late, and then there was some behind the scenes drama about the Spider-Man stuff with Sony, so that's why we got a Far From Home one instead of No Way Home. They go on to say that we've loved our adventures together and we're excited to show you and share with you the adventures we have planned for new ways to fight, new heroes to fight with, new challenges to face, and how we plan to continue expanding Marvel's Avengers. Now, I'm not sure how long this is going to like last for. Probably the roadmap will be like, probably the next like 6 months, maybe like the last one, and then maybe if we're lucky, there'll be another one at the end of the year, but I'm not betting on it, to be honest. So it's been a few months, pretty unexcusable few months of absolutely nothing apart from skins, and it's really wound people up the wrong way. I get it. Honestly, I get it. I think the same. Like, it's really annoying and very bad business model for them, especially that they don't tell us anything, but keep telling them what you want from the game. And I'm sure I'm not gonna go over this again. Like, oh, they watched our video, but clearly telling them what you want, they are listening. Remember to leave a comment about what you think about what the game needs, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw here today, then please consider subscribing to catch our other content as and when it releases.